Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. Well, what a game. 0-0. If you'd offered me a draw before the game, I'd have probably bitten your hand off, knowing our recent history at Anfield in the last 17 games since we've actually beaten them there. And that's we've had 12 defeats and only 5 draws in that time. So from past history, I'd take a draw all day long. But I'm actually frustrated and a little bit angry at the final result, especially with that penalty. So I might as well get into it, since that's probably one of the biggest talking points of the game. Whether you argue it's a soft penalty or not, who cares? That's what Virgil van Dijk would have said if it had gone the other way. Who cares? He said it after the Champions League game last year. And Liverpool fans said to me, doesn't matter how you win, as long as you win. So they don't care how it comes. So, yeah, might have been a bit soft, but penalty was given. It was awarded. And personally, no, I wouldn't have let Mahrez take it. I wanted to see Gabby Jesus. He stepped up. He wanted to take it. David Silva, I'd have been happy if he'd take it. Bernardo Silva, very happy if he'd taken it. Mahrez, I'm sorry, he just doesn't fill me with enough confidence yet. Yeah, he's got a few goals recently for City, but I don't think he's playing with that confidence and a bit of swagger that he had at Leicester. And for me, I wouldn't have let him take the penalty. And if you're going to take a penalty, I'm sorry, the bare minimum is you've got to get it on target. I think I tweeted, just pick a corner and hit it low and hard into that corner. I don't know why players lift it that much, because there's always a risk you're going to put it over. At least if you hit it on target, make the goalkeeper save it. If you hit it off target, goalkeeper doesn't have to do anything. He can dive the wrong way and you still don't score. So you just got to hit it on target. Pick a corner, as I said, hit it low, hit it hard, don't deviate, just blast it in. I'm sorry, I don't, for a professional footballer, I don't care what the pressure is or anything else. If you're feeling the pressure, let somebody else take it. If you can't handle it, don't take it. And he couldn't handle it. I mean, to lean back and hit it there, I'm sorry. Just, to me, his technique wasn't right and he was nervous. And that was massively disappointing because we were there. I think our game plan had been good. Let's go on to the game. So our game plan had been good. We had a dodgy 10 or 15 minutes at the start of the first half and a dodgy few minutes at the start of the second half. But overall, I think we stifled Liverpool. I think Mendy didn't go charging forward as much as we expected. Mahrez was a lot more disciplined than Sane would have been. He held his position a lot more. He put pressure on a lot more than Sane would have done. I think we've seen quite regularly. Sane, when he doesn't get the ball, he just throws his hands up into the air, which is very disappointing. And he doesn't turn around and press immediately. He's still sulking he didn't get the ball or whatever's happened. And I think Mahrez, on reflection, because I did want Sane to start, but Mahrez on reflection offered us that reliability and consistency that Sane wouldn't have offered us tracking back and pressing. So I think we were quite happy in the first half just to eventually take control of the game and keep Liverpool at bay and keep the pressure off ourselves just by passing it around at the back in a controlled fashion. I think I said last season as well, Liverpool are a team that give it a lot early on. They give it everything. And their aim is to get a couple of goals ahead and then try and coast the rest of the game and rely on counter-attacks because the opposition has to press them and push out and take risks because if you're 2-0 down early on, you've got to take some risks to try and get back into the game. And that gives Liverpool a chance to get to the third and fourth goal. And I said last season, after 45 minutes, they can be spent. 45 to 60 minutes, they're tired and they've just got nothing left to give. And I actually thought after 15 or 20 minutes, Liverpool looked as tired as they normally do at half-time. So kudos to City, Pep and everybody else and the coaching staff, because although it was tense and nervous during the game, I think it paid off overall. That a little bit more pragmatic approach rather than totally gung-ho. And as the game developed, I think we got obviously more and more into it. David Silva, it looked like early on in the first half, he was supporting Aguero with the pressing and playing slightly higher up. But for the first 15 minutes, I mean, Aguero, David, Silva and Bernardo, Mahrez and Sterling didn't get too much of a look in. We were under a lot of pressure. We were giving the ball away far too much, and I was saying that again and again on Twitter. Why are we giving the ball away so easily, especially when we're not under pressure? I think Benjamin Mendy was probably the biggest culprit of giving the ball away. I was really frustrated. You know, the ball's passed to him. He's under no pressure. He just gives it away. That's really frustrating. His passing is usually better than it was today. Don't know what it was. I'm not going to say, look, it's his first game back, cut him some slack. I'm sorry, no, we're in the Premier League now. Big stakes, important games, and you can't afford to make mistakes. And you've just got to be a bit more reliable than that. And that was a bit disappointing. He didn't do too many charging runs up to attack, and he didn't put lots of crosses in. But I think his remit today was to make sure Liverpool didn't have easy run-ins behind him. And I think overall, obviously, he did that. We didn't let any goals in. What else about the game? So, yeah, as I said, I was disappointed with some of our passing. I think overall, did we deserve to win? On the balance of play, yeah, I think we probably did. Penalty the first half on Aguero, 50-50. Obviously, being a City fan, I think it was a stonewall penalty. And I'm surprised Aguero didn't make more of it. Atkinson was looking straight at it. So, I would hope that Aguero would have made more of it and to try to win the penalty. I wouldn't call that cheating because I think he was caught a little bit and probably enough to go down. Another penalty in the second half for Jesus when he was slapped in the face by Lovren. If it had been the other way around, if Gabby had slapped Lovren in the face and Lovren had collapsed onto the floor, pound to a penny, Atkinson would have given a free kick to Liverpool. It's a real disappointment that they always seem to favour the defending team in these instances. I think Atkinson overall below average for me. I think there's a few tackles that Liverpool made, a few fouls that probably deserved yellow cards and didn't get them. And he was, I think, a bit freer on giving yellow cards to City players. But calming down now, you got to look back and say, as I said at the start of the game, if we walk away with a draw, you got to take that. You got to be happy. We're still unbeaten. We've done better than we normally do at Anfield, and we can go into international break. I think we're still top of the table. So you got to look, take the positives. I'm still a bit disappointed that we didn't get the victory because I think we should have done. Another point just on reflection when I think about it, I mean, some of our players really wanted to take on all their team. I think Jesus towards the end and Pep got really annoyed with him, trying to take too many players on, losing the ball and just feeling sorry for himself and sulking and throwing his arms up and whatever instead of getting back and pressing and trying to win that ball back. I think we were guilty of it a few times. I think Walker as well, when in the second half he had a great break on the right and he just held onto the ball too long. And I think there's a couple of occasions, 2 or 3 more times, when we were just holding onto the ball too long. You're beating a couple of guys, lay it off and make a run. But we just wanted to do too much. So all in all, got to be happy with the result. And overall, I'm actually happy with the performance overall, save the first 15 minutes. And as I said, we'll go into the international break unbeaten. And you've got to be happy with that. If you get any comments, who's your man of the match? I'm still thinking about who mine was. Leave it in the comments section below. Talk to us on Twitter. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for notifications so you're notified as soon as we put new videos out. And just tap away, guys, and comment and contribute because it's your channel. It's for the fans. So a couple of weeks before the next game and start to relax. And my heart beating a bit slower now because it was a tense game, even though I think overall it was a lack of quality. But glad to come away from Anfield for once without getting beat. See you around, Blues.